Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed learning about the elements of art. I really enjoyed getting to see all of the work you submitted. This week we're going to learn about the principles of design. Let's get started. Balance refers to the visual weight in a picture. There are three types of balance: symmetrical balance, asymmetrical balance, and radial symmetry. If we divide an image in half down the center, symmetrical balance refers to the left side and the right side, or the top and the bottom, being the same. Asymmetrical balance is when the left side and the right side are different, but they're still evenly weighted or still evenly distributed what types of images are on each side. The third, radial symmetry, does not have us divide the image in half, but instead has a single point in the center, and everything is the same or very similar, radiating out from that point. I love this image for balance because it shows us, if we divide this in half, exactly what it means to have a perfectly balanced image. On the left side, we've got this building over here, and on the right side, there's a building to balance it out. They're the same size, they're similar, they're not identical. Same with the groups of people. On the left side, you've got this group of people over here, and on the right side, you've got another group of people to balance them out so that they are even. This image is extremely similar on both sides, and therefore it is very balanced, very harmonious. This one's a little bit different. It's not the same straightforward. This is definitely an example of asymmetrical balance. On the left side, especially on the lower left side, you've got this big bush tree thing coming up out of the ground, and it's dark and it's dominating and it's in the forefront of the image. On the right side, though, in the top right, you've got this bright picture of the moon or the stars that is all coming out, and that bright yellow on the top right balances out the dark mass on the bottom left. And so it still creates this idea of balance instead of everything being weighted to one side or to the other. So when you look around your house for balance, you're looking for taking a picture where the composition is equally balanced. There's something on each side, or they are the same on either side, that everything isn't happening on one side of the picture or on the other side, but that there is a general feeling of well-being and of equal weight on each side of your image. The principle of design: emphasis. Emphasis refers to the area in the artwork that draws the most attention or becomes the focal point. Emphasis can be created through color, contrast, size, and a number of other ways. In the Last Supper, emphasis is placed on Jesus by putting windows behind him. The light that comes in through the windows creates a sharp contrast between the figures, and therefore brings the eye into the Jesus figure, making him the focal point. In Banksy's Girl with the Red Balloon, the emphasis is clearly the red balloon. The entire image is black and white, and so the color pops out. As you look around for ideas of emphasis, think about, where is sharp contrast? Where is the eye drawn? Where is there a pop of color or something that is more interesting than the bland things around it? There's many, many ways to create emphasis, so be creative. Contrast. Contrast is created when you place two opposite things next to each other. Often in art, we think about contrast as placing black and white next to each other, and it can be, but it's not the only way to create contrast. In this image, contrast is created by placing the bright light on the girl's face and a black background so that she pops off the page. In this one, they used contrast to contrast the cool colors and the warm colors in order to give the nice glowing nighttime effect, and in order to make it look more realistic. Repetition and pattern. Repetition and pattern can be created by repeating simple lines, simple shapes, simple colors, or they can be more complex, like this woven mural here. They can be exact so that they all look exactly the same, or it can be that these same ideas, the same motifs are repeated throughout an image. Oftentimes, color is a huge part of repetition and pattern, but it can be color, lines, shapes, It can be things that you find out in nature. It can be things that you find man-made in your home. Really look around and have fun. This should be an easy one to find and a good one to have fun with and to see what kind of creative things you can do with it. Proportion. Proportion is the relation and scale of one object to another. You can manipulate proportion, such as what's done in this photo, where you move one object closer to the camera than the other, so that the proportion is skewed to create an effect such as this. Or you can exaggerate proportions, as the sculptor Claes Oldenburg was known for doing, in order to make a statement. Oldenburg took many everyday objects that were small and made them massive installation sculptures in big cities. Time movement refers to the way in which the viewer's eye moves around the piece. In this image, the red dots help move my eye from the left side up and down across into the right side of the image. In this one, the spiral helps move my eye from the outside quickly down into the inside or into the center of the image. And in this one, my eye travels up and around the wave to where it gets ready to crash. And then I notice the volcano or the mountain in the distance. Movement's important because you want to be able to control in your artwork what the viewer looks at and when. You want to have the ability to make them focus, similar to emphasis, to make them focus on what you want them to focus on. And so when you look at movement, think about lines or colors that may lead the viewer's eye around a piece of artwork. Unity and variety. While these are actually two separate principles of design, I'm choosing to talk about them together for the purposes of this project. Unity in art refers to the combining of similar related elements, such as colors next to each other on the color wheel or similar shapes. Variety is the opposite, and yet both are important in artwork. Variety is used to create a visual interest and make things different and make them just more engaging. Take this picture, for example. The unity would be shown in the repetition of the circles, but the variety comes in the different sizes and in all the fun colors, making it a much more interesting image. In Andy Warhol's Marilyn Monroe, the unity is the pictures of Marilyn Monroe, and the variety is all the fun, crazy, wild colors that he uses when he repeats the image over and over. For this project, you will again create your own Google slide. You need 2 photos of each principle, one in color, one in black and white. You are welcome to combine variety and unity the same way I did, or if you want to split them up, that's up to you. Make sure you label each slide. Have fun and keep creating.